So last week's video was filled with sweet breakfast, which was a few recipes of overnight oats that were very delicious and simple to make. I'll link that video down below. And for this week's video, I actually took a poll on Instagram. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, check it out at Veggierose. That way you guys could be part of the recipe selection. I like to do polls here and there so that you guys could be involved and see what you guys would like to see. So the poll for this week was between the Veggierose stuffing or savory breakfast. And they were so close, but nonetheless, the savory breakfast won out. And I can't say I'm surprised because who doesn't love some savory breakfast? That is my favorite thing to eat for breakfast is savory things. I don't have a huge sweet tooth, so definitely savory is the way to go. So today I have 4 savory breakfasts for you guys that I think you guys will absolutely love. So let's get veggie. Our first recipe is gonna be a sweet potato hash. And to start off this recipe, you're just gonna add about a tablespoon of oil into a pan, some chopped onions, chopped green bell peppers. You can use whichever bell pepper you prefer. And we're gonna let these cook on a medium-high heat until they become softened. Add in some garlic clove and mix that around and cook this for an additional minute. You don't want this to burn. Toss in 3 cups of chopped sweet potatoes. You want to have these chopped to about 1/2 inch. That way they cook a little faster and they all cook at the same time. We're adding in some onion powder, garlic powder, and also a little bit of salt goes in. You can do that to taste. The full recipe as usual is down below. I'm also adding in a little bit of chipotle powder and some ground black pepper. The chipotle powder is gonna give you a delicious little kick, but you can absolutely omit that out of the recipe or add cayenne pepper or chili powder if you prefer instead. You wanna cover this and cook it for 10 to 15 minutes or until the sweet potato is fork tender. You can now turn off your heat and add in some chopped green onion for freshness. And we're also gonna be rolling up and chopping up some basil, and that's also gonna go in there for some added flavor and freshness. And just like that, recipe number 1 is done. You can have this for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Next recipe is a chickpea veggie omelet. Start off by adding about a tablespoon of oil, some chopped onions, again some chopped peppers, and about a cup of chopped up button mushrooms. You can use any mushrooms you prefer. Cover and cook for about 3 to 5 minutes or until your mushrooms have reduced and softened. Next, add in some minced garlic and allow this to cook for about a minute or until it becomes nice and fragrant. Also, sprinkle in a little bit of salt. You can do this to taste, and also some ground black pepper. You can make the filling for your omelet however you prefer. However, this is how I like it. I like to add in some chopped tomatoes. I like to use the little cherry tomatoes or grape tomatoes because it doesn't have as many seeds as the big tomatoes. I'm also adding in some chopped spinach, and you'll just cook the spinach until it just wilts down a little bit. And then remove from the pan and set aside while you make the chickpea omelet. For that, you will need some chickpea flour. You can sift the chickpea flour to make it easier to mix later on or pour it in like this. I'm also adding in some garlic powder, some onion powder, and essential for this recipe is some black salt. This is Indian black salt, which is very sulfury. It has a boiled egg smell and taste. And then you're also gonna ground in some ground black pepper. And as you add in a little bit of water at a time, you're gonna mix this mixture very well. You don't want to add all the water in, otherwise you run the risk of making this mixture clumpy. A little bit at a time and mix it well until all the lumps and bumps are gone. Next, add in the mixture into a heated pan that's been oiled already and spread the mixture around as you would a pancake. On a medium-high heat, these get done fairly quickly. You'll know these are done once they start to come off easily from your pan. Flip it. I like to leave it for about a minute or so and then flip it back over just to get the nicer side on the outside of the omelet, and then put the filling in, close it up, and just like that, you have yourself a chickpea veggie omelet. Serve as you wish, and I like to serve this alongside my tahini ranch, which I'll link the recipe down below. It is so delicious alongside of this dish. Next, we'll be making some veggie pancakes. Add in all-purpose flour into a mixing bowl, along with some chopped green onion, some grated carrot, and some grated zucchini. Also going in is a little bit of salt. The full recipe for this is down below, and some ground black pepper. Also some onion powder, and of course, we need a binder. We're using some aquafaba, 3 tablespoons, and this is chickpea water from the can. We'll also be adding some baking powder, some plant-based milk to make your mixture all come together. Mix that up, and into an oiled pan on a medium-high heat, you're going to spread the oil around to prevent any sticking and add in your veggie pancake mixture. And just as we did with the omelet, you're gonna spread this around like you would a pancake. Once the edges start to look cooked and you start to get the bubbling you would get from a normal pancake, and it lifts off easily from your pan, you are ready to flip. If it's still sticking to your pan and you've oiled your pan right, there should be no sticking. If they're sticking, you wait a little longer before you flip it. Flip that around and cook for an additional minute to 2 minutes. Remove from your pan and serve as you wish. Our next recipe, of course, is a loaded avocado toast, because how could we not make breakfast without it? For my avocado toast, I like to zhuzh up my toast a little with a garlic clove that I cut and just rubbed it all on there to give it a bit of a garlic taste. Of course, we're adding in some mashed avocado, which is the star, a couple sliced cherry tomatoes, some cilantro leaves, a few sprouts, some tahini ranch dressing, and some pepitas, aka pumpkin seeds. And there you have it, loaded and delicious. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're still watching, please give this video a thumbs up because it helps us so much. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell. Even if you're a subscriber, check to see if you hit the notification bell, because I keep getting comments and messages of people telling me that they're not receiving my videos like in their feed. So just hit the notification bell to make sure you don't miss any more videos. And that is that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.